Sean Isidro. And number 21, Manny Almendazar. Head coach, Mark Schroback. And now the starting lineup for the Old Tappan Golden Knights. Number 2, Isaac Schrager. Number 4, Dylan Sedano. Number 10, David Brennan. Number 23, Nick Holloway. And number 25, Dylan Jelinski. Head coach, Greg Ferraro. Let's play ball. Good luck to both teams.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome here inside Fort Lee High School's East Gymnasium, the setting for the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament Championship Final, as it's a matchup featuring the Memorial Tigers, 3-2 on the season, taking on the Old Tappan Golden Knights, 3-1 overall. Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Long, joined alongside by Dimitri Nanis and Renee Matisic, and we're so glad that you could join us for our 12th and final basketball game of this 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. Old Tappan will be the home side in their navy blue. Memorial will be in their road white with the orange numbers. Memorial defeated Bergenfield and Passaic to advance to the finals, while Old Tappan defeated North Bergen and Wayne Valley to get to the championship round. And we are underway with the opening tip secured by Northern Valley Old Tappan. Greg Ferraro is the head coach of the Golden Knights. Mark Schroback, the head coach of the Tigers. Memorial trying to go for back-to-back tournament championships. First shot of the game is up and over the backboard and no good for Isaac Schrager. Schrager, the son of the former Fort Lee head coach Adam Schrager. And Isaac has been pouring in the points throughout this tournament, 37 points through the first 2 games this season. He is a deadly three-point shooter, connecting on 8 made threes in this tournament. His first 3 is no good. Fernando Hernandez giving it over now to the near side to Byron Vanderpool. 3 straight wins on the season for Memorial after starting their season 0-2. Vanderpool over to Eric Torado on the near baseline. Hernandez sets and fires from deep, no good. Isidro inbounds with the offensive rebound inside. No good on the look from deep from Vanderpool, and Drelinski will pull down the rebound. Dylan Drelinski had an enormous game in the semifinals against Wayne Valley, going for 20 points. He knocked down 3 threes in the process. Inside to David Brennan. Brennan weaving his way inside the heart of the defense, and he gets the in-between jumper to fall. The mid-range game is strong by David Brennan. He's had 11 points in each of the first 2 games of this holiday tournament. 2-0 lead for Old Tappan. They made their first basket on that second possession. Hernandez kicks out. Vanderpool, high arcing 3, drains that one, and Memorial takes their first lead. Byron Vanderpool had 3 threes in the first round against Bergenfield. Only 1 3 made against Passaic in the last round. Drelinski, a deep 3. He has unlimited range. Brennan with the offensive rebound inside. He goes up and 1. David Brennan with the first 2 made field goals of the game for Old Tappan. And the Golden Knights have a chance at a 3-point play. That foul will be charged against Eric Torado, who caught himself in foul trouble in the semis. That's his first, team's first. And Brennan with a rare miss at the foul line. He's got 4 to start off this game. 2 minutes gone by in the championship final. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. And Sean Isidro got fouled as the junior was going up for that one. And that will send the Memorial big man to the line to shoot 2. Isidro had 18 points against Bergenfield in the first round, 14 points against Passaic in round 2. And Isidro will knock free the nets and knock down his first foul shot of the game. foul went against Dylan Sedano. Isotro will misfire on the second foul shot. Four 4 game, as possession will stay with Old Tappan. Each team comes into this game having won 3 in a row on the season. Memorial started off the year 0-2, losing to St. Peter's Prep and Union City, but wins against Kearney, Bergenfield, and Passaic have gotten them to 3-2 on the season. Old Tappan lost their season opener in overtime on the road by 3 against Fairlawn, but since then have won games against Paramus, North Bergen, and Wayne Valley. Offensive rebound for Sedano. Here's Brennan from straight away, knocks it in for the 3. David Brennan with all of Old Tappan's 7 points in the early goings. They lead by 3, 7-4. Hernandez getting it over from Vanderpool. Dorado on the baseline. Here's a corner 3, answered by Memorial. Manny Almanazar knocking in the triple. Now Almanazar had 10 points against Passaic in the semis. Good ball movement, finding Schrager alone in the corner. He's the dangerous shooter, but he shot an air ball. He's 0 for 2 to start this game. Schrager, dogged defensive work there against Hernandez. And that'll be a foul whistled against Schrager, number 2 in blue. 7-7 game, both teams going back and forth. Coming up on the midway point of the first quarter. Vanderpool has one of the 2 threes made by Memorial in the early goings. Dorado, pass, outlet, intercepted by Schrager. Schrager giving it to Drolinsky, lets the defender fly by him, and Drolinsky, who's so good off the glass, lays it in. Dylan Drolinsky, 20 points against Wayne Valley, 16 points against North Bergen. These 2 teams met in last year's semifinal. Memorial defeated Northern Valley Old Tappan 52-37. Almost the identical Old Tappan team from a season ago. A lot of new faces on the floor, though, for Memorial after they graduated so many key contributors to last year's team. Schrager, wild shot, no good. He was looking for the contact, no whistle came. Vanderpool pulls up from deep, just inside the 3-point arc, and he hits nylon. Byron Vanderpool with 5 points, and the game is knotted up at 9-all. Good flow to this game to start off this championship. Schrager inside. Schrager finally gets the shot to fall. Isaac Schrager on the board with the 2-point shot inside the lane. Vanderpool giving it over to Hernandez. Hernandez working it around the perimeter. Almanazar looking for an outlet, gets it tied up. Jump ball. And possession arrow will keep it here with Memorial. Last season, Memorial defeated Riverdale, Old Tappan, and Bergenfield to win the championship in that final. They defeated the Bears 54-37. Vanderpool out to Almanazar. Trying to go against this active zone. This 3-2 zone that gave the first 2 opponents in this tournament all sorts of trouble. Old Tappan took apart another Hudson County team in North Bergen in their first game. And there's Vanderpool. He's feeling it right now. That's 8 points in the first quarter for Vanderpool, his second 3. And Memorial back in front now by a 12-11 margin. Here's a steal produced. Vanderpool's outlet way too long, trying to get it to his teammate Almanazar. And that turns it right back over to Old Tappan. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Double team coming to Brennan. Brennan gets free. Here's Drelinsky getting right to the rim, up and under, got the contact and the call. And Drelinsky is so good at shifting gears and lulling defenders to sleep. Was able then to get free for that reverse layup shot, and will head to the line to shoot two. Now shot is good by Drelinsky. He's got 3 points here in the first quarter. That levels the score at 12-12. Second foul shot also good by Drelinsky. Oltapan back in front, 13-12. That foul went against Isidro. That was his first. Long three that time, no good. (13-12). Oltapan, Schrager to Drelinsky, back up top to Schrager. Schrager thought about the three, got it inside instead to Drelinsky. Hard-nosed play, and he finishes it off. Dylan Drelinsky picking up where he left off in the semifinals. He's got 6. Second leading scorer in this game behind David Brennan, 7. Oltapan leads by 3, 15-12. The Memorial hold for one final shot of the quarter. In no rush right now are the Tigers with 30 seconds left to go in the quarter. Vanderpool, who has 8 points. He's the leading scorer in this game for all players. And Memorial content with just holding on to it. Oltapan is not pressed out defensively to try to change this. Hernandez gets it to Vanderpool, sets and fires. Vanderpool's third three of the first quarter. And the game will be tied at 15-all after the first 8 minutes of action. Byron Vanderpool, the sophomore, with 11 points in the first quarter of action. And we head to the second quarter tied up at 15-all as you're watching exclusive broadcast coverage of the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament Final. (15-15), an excitingly played first quarter of play in this championship final of the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament. Oltapan and Memorial level after the first 8 minutes of play. Dan Long, Renee Matisic, Dimitri Nanas, thanks for joining us on our broadcast coverage courtesy of the Fort Lee Athletic Department. Drelinsky had 6 points in that quarter for Oltapan. This man, Brennan, was the leading scorer, and he continues. Beautiful mid-range turnaround jumper. He's got 9. Leading scorer in this game for all players is Byron Vanderpool. He struck for 11 points in that first quarter, but he threw away that pass to Drelinsky, who swoops his way to the lane and to the rim. 8 points now for Drelinsky. 4-0 start to the quarter by Oltapan. And the Golden Knights now lead by 4, 19-15. Fernando Hernandez. Manny Almanazar. Back to Hernandez. The maestro of this offense. Gets his teammates in position here. But another steal produced, this time by Schrager. Schrager goes right to the rim. A 6-0 start to the quarter. That'll force Memorial to take the timeout as Old Tappan now leads 21-15 with 6:48 left to go here in the first half of play. Right out of the gate to begin the second quarter, you saw the beautiful mid-range jumper by David Brennan, and then a couple of turnovers forced by Old Tappan, leading to layups the other way for Jerlinski and Schrager. Memorial getting sloppy after they hit that late three that knotted up the score at 15 all to end the first quarter of play. Old Tappan trying to bring home the tournament championship here at Fort Lee High School. And Memorial trying to repeat as champions from a season ago. Last year, what a season it was for Memorial, 19-8 overall record. They advance all the way to the semifinals of the North 1 Group 4 sectional tournament and lost to eventual sectional champions in Ridgewood 49-46. Old Tappan a season ago only produced 9 wins on the season, but they still made some noise, giving Demarest, the number 4 seed in North 1 Group 3, all they could handle on their way to a 62-59 defeat in the first round of the sectional playoffs. Trying to look for their 4th win of the season. Both teams looking for win number 4. Hernandez, fadeaway jump shot, no good. Tracked down by David Brennan. Dump pass inside, Jerlinski on the baseline, again goes right to the rim. He is blocked away cleanly. Memorial with the clean block, Jerlinski always is fearless trying to attack towards the rim. Dorado's 3 in the corner, no good. Brendan with another rebound. He's been sensational here in the final. Start and stop, getting it back to Schrager. On the baseline to Brennan. Brennan kicks it up top to Jerlinski. 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Schrager, long range 3, no good. Dorado with a rebound. Hernandez trying to get going in the open floor, lost the handle. Had to track down the possession. Dorado is jumping up and down underneath the rim. Vanderpool pulling it out now for Hernandez. Haven't really got an Isidro going yet inside. Vanderpool up top, Almanazar. Pull-up jumper blocked from behind. Good recovery defense there by Nick Holloway. The senior making the play on defense. This Golden Eye defense has been impenetrable so far here in the second quarter. Memorial still has not scored their first points in the second quarter after putting up 15 in the first quarter. Old Tappan on the season allowing just over 46 points per game to opponents. So very good defensive makeup on this veteran side. Hernandez, top of the key. Dumping it down low, Isidro. Turnaround shot inside the lane, rolls off the rim, no good. Follow-up attempt inside by Solomon Sanchez, and he couldn't get it to fall. Couple of great looks. Nothing going just yet here in the second quarter for Memorial. Jerlinski was asking for it. He'll get it back. He can routinely hit that shot from college and NBA range, but Brennan kind of had a little bit of a hesitancy in his game and got called for the travel. 21-15, still a 6-point advantage for Old Tappan in this championship final. Hernandez being kept out of the lane. Vanderpool kicked out in the corner. Here's the teardrop for Josh Sanchez. First 2 points for the bench. And Memorial gets their first 2 points of the quarter. Schrager's pass to Brennan. Brennan pulls up from around the foul line and swishes it home. David Brennan, 11 points here in the first half. Again, he had 11 points against North Bergen, 11 more against Wayne Valley. He's already got an 11 here. And that's going to be an offensive foul drawn by David Brennan, who flexes as he's helped up by his teammates. An inspired effort here in the first half of play. as he also cleans up underneath the rim as well after getting knocked on his back. 6-point lead still for Oltapan, 23-17 past the midway point of the second quarter of play. Brennan with a right-hand dribble, Schrager alone in the corner, and Schrager gets all nylon there. His first made 3 of the championship. He's got 7 here in the first half. And the lead has grown to 9, 26-17. Hernandez shot got blocked by Schrager. Drelinsky in the open floor, 3-on-1. Drelinsky, oh, what a block! Unbelievable block there by Memorial. Oltapan not able to convert on a 3-on-1. Will that inspire Memorial here after a big play? Brennan try to make the silencer. Hernandez skies for the rebound. Fernando Hernandez, a bull in the china shop. Got that swatted last touch out of bounds off of Schrager. Possession will stay in this end with Memorial. What a rejection on the other end by Vanderpool. 3-on-1 should have been converted easily by Oltapan, but Drelinsky, I don't blame him. He's been devastating in this entire tournament, just getting right to the rim himself. Ran into somebody who had even better ups. Hernandez playing it back up top to Sanchez. Only 2 points so far for the Memorial Tigers in this second quarter. They have fallen behind by 9, 26-17. Oltapan's defense has really given them trouble. Pull-up jumper on the baseline, no good by Sanchez. Tipped out to Schrager. Schrager will hold possession. 2:25 and counting left to go before halftime. Brennan. Drelinsky flashing now in the middle of the zone. Brennan with a hook pass on the baseline. Baseline jumper no good for Joe Martin. Martin had a big 3 in the win in the semis against Wayne Valley. Vanderpool open for 3. Short this time on the near side. Vanderpool had 11 points, all of which came in the first quarter. There's Schrager, uncontested lay-in. Schrager's gotten going here in the second quarter. 7 of his 9 points coming in this frame. Here's Drelinsky with a steal. Drelinsky going down the other way. Sidestepping, but they're going to say no shot. It's going to be a foul on the floor before that one. Blocking foul is going to be whistled. Memorial has committed 2 team fouls in this second quarter. Oltapan is yet to commit a single foul. Hernandez was called for the blocking foul. Again, no basket. Just going to be simply an inbound upcoming for Oltapan. Brennan's going to have to use a timeout as he could not get that inbound to one of his 4 teammates on the floor. 28-17, the lead for Northern Valley Oltapan, trying to go to 4-1 on the season and bring back home to Oltapan a championship trophy. Here from the Jack Riley Holiday Tournament, we'd like to thank all of our proud sponsors, as listed on the screen here, that help make these Fort Lee Bridgman athletic broadcasts possible throughout the season, as well as our sponsors of this holiday tournament. (28-17) lead for Oltapan. It was 15-15 after the first 8 minutes of play. Again, Memorial defeated Oltapan in the semifinals a season ago, 52-37. Oltapan returned about 80% of that team from a season ago. Memorial graduated so many. Brennan had the good look as he had Schrager jumping inside, but he threw the pass off the side of the backboard. But then on the ensuing breakout, Memorial turns it right back over. Under 90 seconds now left to go in the half. Tirado reading the eyes of Schrager. Forces the turnover. Tirado trying to fit that one inside. Last touch out of bounds off of Oltapan, off of Memorial, and another turnover for the Tigers. Again, only 2 points this entire second quarter for Memorial. Here's Schrager again for three, no good. Tracked down by Josh Sanchez. Sanchez, nice move right down the lane. He has the only 2 points of the quarter, but he misfires there. Here comes Strelinsky, always a green light for him as he got fouled going right to the rim. No one stopping ball, and again, Dylan Strelinsky only knows one speed, and that is fast. He's never going to slow it down. He's always going to think there's a chance to go right to the rim and contend for a lay-in. Strelinsky knocks down the foul shot. He's 3 for 3 at the line here in this game. Strelinsky now 4 for 4. He's got 10 points. He might be the best player of the tournament if Oltapan goes on to win this championship. Torado in the corner. Much needed 3 there for Memorial. Eric Torado with his first made basket of the game. He's got 3 points. 10-point lead for Oltapan. Have outscored Memorial 15-5 in the quarter. Tipped away. It's been that type of night for Oltapan. Even an errant pass fortuitously finds its way into the hands of a Golden Knight player. Dylan Sedano got that deflection and the lay-in. 32-20. 10 seconds left to go in the first half. Vanderpool. Dribble drive, kick out. Around the horn, a 3-ball. Rattled halfway down and out. Rebound secured by Oltapan. And the Golden Knights will take a 12-point lead into the halftime locker room as they lead by a score of 32-20. Stick around, fans, as we'll be back for the start of the second half of play as you're watching all this exclusive broadcast coverage of the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. Welcome back inside East Gymnasium here on the campus of Fort Lee High School, just outside of New York City. As we're moments away from the resumption of play in the start of the second half. We're at the break. Old Tappan leading Memorial by a score of 32-20. The Golden Knights were tied up with Memorial after the first 8 minutes of action. But in that second quarter, they took control of this game, outscoring the Tigers by a 17-5 margin. Let's take a look at the stats from the first half of play. Byron Vanderpool is the leading scorer for Memorial. He's got 11, but all 11 points came in that first quarter of action. The question is, where is the other offense going to come from for Memorial outside of Vanderpool? Now, Manazar with 3. Eric Tirado at 20 points in the first game of the tournament. He had only 3 points himself. Josh Sanchez with 2. Sean Isidro, who's been averaging double figures in this tournament, held to 1 sole point. On the other side of the equation for Old Tappan, it's been a balanced attack. David Brennan with 11 points for the Golden Knights. 10 points for Dylan Drelinsky, 9 points for Isaac Schrager. They are the three-headed monster for this Golden Knight team that is trying to bring back to campus a Jack REILLY Holiday Tournament Championship trophy. Dan Long, Dimitri Nanis, and Renee Matisic. Glad that you could join the three of us here as we are sitting courtside, calling all the action for this 12th and final game of this 2024 Jack REILLY Holiday Tournament. Vanderpool and Memorial will start on offense here. They are in the white. Old Tappan is defending in the navy blue. Hernandez got inside the lane, but he could not get that little floater to fall. Fernando Hernandez normally is so adept at having that touch inside the lane. Brennan going high-low, getting it down low to Sedano, who goes through the contact and finishes strong. 14-point margin now in this game in favor of Northern Valley Old Tappan. Vanderpool wide open from 3, and he cashes in for the 4th time here this evening. Byron Vanderpool, sweet-looking shooting stroke there. He's got 14 points in the game. Drelinsky driving down the other way, looking back at the official for the lack of a call. And he doesn't get the answer he wants, which is no answer at all. 1 minute into the start of the second half, 34-23 lead for Old Tappan. Drelinsky, top of the key, goes right down the middle. He got denied by the rim. Tirado with a rebound. Hernandez with a high dribble the other way. Vanderpool thought about it. That was well behind the three-point arc. Here's Hernandez back to Vanderpool. Holloway watching him. Hernandez sets and fires from deep. That's an air ball. And Memorial not chasing after it. Maybe they were thinking it was possibly deflected. And that instead goes out of bounds. Possession for Old Tappan. 90 seconds gone by here in the second half. Schrager left open for 3. No good. Tipped around. Sedano's been active in the lane. Couple of offensive rebounds for him. Brennan in the corner. Here's Schrager. Out of control. Dishes it off for Drelinsky. Old Tappan still with possession. Memorial trying to ratchet up their defense. And finally, the turnover will come, as that is a backcourt violation. Old Tappan a little out of control in that last offensive possession, seeing a couple players dribbling and kind of getting bailed out when it looked like if Memorial just set themselves for a potential charge that could have led to an earlier turnover. Isidro. Vanderpool open for 3. Got it again! 5 made three-pointers in this game for Byron Vanderpool. He is locked in right now. 9 made threes in this tournament for the sophomore number 4. And Memorial starting to feel a little momentum shift in their direction. 34-26. The lead cut down to 8. Brennan turns around. Oh, what a great game. David Brennan has a lethal mid-range game. That is a lost art in modern basketball, to be able to continuously and consistently knock down a 15-foot jump shot the way that Brennan has all throughout this tournament. Hernandez again is off on the floater. He's frustrated at himself. It's deflected last touch out of bounds off of Old Tappan. But David Brennan has been sensational. 13 points in this championship game. Vanderpool getting it over to Hernandez. Fernando Hernandez, who's been averaging 11 points per game in this tournament, scoreless so far for Memorial. Kind of as he goes, his team goes. Drive, Tirado for three, no good. Brennan with the rebound. And that's going to be an offensive foul drawn by Tirado. He set himself as Brennan crashed into him after Brennan was trying to get that pass off to the other side to a wide open teammate. For Brennan, that's going to be his first personal foul of the game. Unselfish play there by Tirado of sacrificing his body. 10-point lead for Old Tappan. 4.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. From Fort Lee High School, you're watching coverage of the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament Final. Memorial trying to repeat as tournament champions. Old Tappan trying to bring home the title after losing to Memorial in the semis last year. Isitro with a strong move inside. Sean Isitro with his first field goal of the game. He's got three. 36-28 again, the lead back down to 8. Nice job by Holloway of avoiding the backcourt violation and keeping this possession going for his offense. Memorial has knocked in 7 threes in this game, yet they trail by 10 because of the unselfish work inside the lane. Brennan feeding Sedano. Old Tappan has been so incredibly efficient on offense. Memorial more reliant on just the 3-shot to fall. Here's Vanderpool again, and they're reliant on that man. He is heating up. 6 made threes in this game. He's got 20. He percolated in the first quarter for 11. Was scoreless in the second. He's come alive here with 9 in the third. Schrager with an immediate answer. Isaac Schrager's second 3 of the game. He's got 12. He's got 10 made threes in this tournament as well. Cross-court look. Josh Sanchez getting it up top to Hernandez. What this zone has done is taken Hernandez's penetrating dribble out of the mix. Because he's missed on a couple floaters, he's a little gun shy. Here he settles for the 3, no good. Tipped out in space, and that goes out of bounds. Last touch off of Memorial. Possession back over to Old Tappan with a 10-point margin. 2:36 left to go here in the third. Two and a half minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Old Tappan trying to go a perfect 3-0 here at Fort Lee to bring home the championship. Last season they finished in third place, going 2-1. Jerlinski chased off of the arc, but the reach-in foul went against Vanderpool and Memorial. And for Memorial, that is their first team foul of this third quarter. Last season, Old Tappan defeated Sea Caucus, lost to Memorial, then defeated Passaic by 2 to claim third place in this tournament. They're hoping to come all the way here and win it this year. That's kind of the trend we've seen the last couple of seasons. Memorial has been participating in this tournament a couple of years in a row. They didn't get to the finals in 2022. They saw North Bergen win against Fort Lee and came back and won it the next year. And Dylan Sedano lighting it up from deep. He's got 9. 7 of his 9 points coming in this third quarter alone. 44-31. Old Tappan stretching their lead a little further. Danger time if you're Memorial. They keep on relying on this man just to sink 3 after 3. He's got 6 in this game. He pulls up from inside the arc. Can't hit the mid-range jumper. Brennan with the rebound. 80 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Schrager. Sanchez switched on to him. Here's Holloway. Brennan takes his man off the dribble, and there he goes once again with the mid-range J. David Brennan with 15 points now in this championship round. 46-31. This is an old school approach by Old Tappan, and the old school is winning here today against a team heavily reliant on threes. Good meeting at the rim. That's Brennan with another block. 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 15-point lead for Old Tappan. We just saw in our last game a big lead heading to the fourth quarter. Doesn't matter much here. Fort Lee had a 17-point lead heading to the fourth quarter and lost by 1 to Riverdale in regulation. Here's Brennan. Short on the three. Fight for the loose ball. Deflected. Last touch out of bounds. Off of Hernandez. Possession will stay here with Old Tappan. Good hustle in the play by Schrager. 12.6 seconds left to go in the third. 46-31. Old Tappan stretching its lead. They led by 12 at the break. Schrager open for three. Airball that shot. Vanderpool throwing that one long the other way for his teammate who lays it in. That was Josh Sanchez, and he just quickly got it out of dodge. Threw it down the length of the floor, hoping his teammate would run it underneath. He did so. Sanchez gets the outlet and makes this a 13-point lead for Northern Valley Old Tappan as we head to the fourth quarter of play as you're watching the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament Final here on the Fort Lee Athletics YouTube channel. (46-33), the lead for Northern Valley Old Tappan as we head to the fourth quarter of play here from East Gymnasium. Old Tappan trying to find their way to a tournament title here tonight. Old Tappan starting with possession on offense to begin the fourth. Brennan with a hook pass, intercepted briefly by Torado, but he goes out of bounds with possession. David Brennan, the leading scorer for a balanced offensive Old Tappan. He's got 15. Schrager with 12. Drolinsky with 10. Dylan Sedano with 9. Leading scorer in this game is Byron Vanderpool of Memorial with a game-high 20, including 6 made threes. Look at his patient offense. Leads to the Schrager three in the corner. Schrager rains down the triple. Schrager with 15. He's got 3 triples in this championship. He had 25 points in the first game against North Bergen. And Vanderpool answers with a 2. 22 for Vanderpool. Schrager 25 points in the first game, 12 points in the second game. As Drolinsky took charge in that second game against Wayne Valley, who finished in 3rd place in this tournament. Hernandez over to Vanderpool. Vanderpool, a rare miss from 3. Torado cleans up the boards, but he could not get it to go. The follow-up attempt by Memorial also off the mark. Martin trying to track down the rebound. And last touch out of bounds off of the leg of Torado. Possession back over to Old Tappan after they had a grand opportunity to have a putback layup inside. Schrager once again from deep. Schrager heating up and scorching the net here in the fourth quarter. He quickly has 6 points in the fourth. 4 made threes for him, giving him 12 threes in this tournament. And it has to feel extra special for him coming back here where his father called home as the head coach for 6 years for Fort Lee. Now just a spectator in the stands. As that is deflected, last touch off of Memorial last. It's all Northern Valley Old Tappan here this evening. 52-35, making a statement as they are 6 minutes away from a championship. Schrager again. Oh my! 3 consecutive threes knocked in here to begin the fourth quarter for Isaac Schrager, who's all smiles. 21-point performance for Schrager. Tried to draw the offensive foul. Vanderpool feeding down low. Isidro with the lay-in. But Old Tappan is content with trading threes for Memorial's twos, as now they have gotten hot from deep. 55-37. Isaac Schrager might be positioning himself for player of the tournament honors here tonight, as Old Tappan is pouring it on here after it was a 15-15 game after the first quarter of play. Memorial won last year's championship 54-37. They really faced no resistance on their way to a championship. Again, it was that story of a team that was a veteran side. They went through the battles of the previous year. They learned from their mistakes, and this time around, Old Tappan is that same veteran side that's learning from what transpired in last season's tournament and their loss against Memorial, and now they've made the necessary adjustments. With the team that knows how to play with one another, have exquisite chemistry, this is going to be a fun team to watch going forward in the course of the season for Old Tappan. They play in a very difficult division in the Big North National. They take on the likes of Tenafly, Teaneck, Pascack Valley, Demarest, and Bergenfield. But Old Tappan is going to be hoping to make a little noise this summer, or this season, I should say, not even the summer. Wishful thinking as it starts to get cold here in the winter. But Old Tappan is paying off with his chemistry. Now Jerlinski waiting for 2 different defenders to fly by him. And he scores his first basket since the second quarter. Dylan Jerlinski up to 12 points in the game. Vanderpool, 3 is off the mark. Rebound tracked down by Martin. Coming up on 5 minutes left to go. Here's Brennan. And a timeout was taken by Craig Ferraro, the head coach of Old Tappan. It saved his player from possibly committing a turnover as well, as he stopped on a dime and nearly shuffled his feet in the process. It was a 13-point lead for Old Tappan heading into the start of the fourth quarter. They've increased that lead now to 20, 57-37. Old Tappan will inbound it with 5:03 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jerlinski reverses it over to the far side of Holloway, back into the hands of Jerlinski as the double team comes to him. Brennan just turns around to take the shot. And a rebound underneath for Solomon Sanchez. Vanderpool on the far side. Caught up in the air, turns it over as Brennan just catches the errant pass. Jerlinski had his team in front of him. Got stripped as he was trying to go up with it. As that's going to be a foul against Fernando Hernandez. Third personal foul against the senior point guard for Memorial. First team foul for Memorial in this fourth quarter. Schrager getting it up top to Jerlinski. Holloway, hook pass inside to Martin. Rager faked at the 3, jab stepped. Vanderpool watching. Terlinski getting bumped as he's trying to go up to the rim. So a foul on the floor, first against Memorial. That will be their second team foul of the quarter with 4:12 left to go. Second personal foul of the game for Byron Vanderpool. It's been Byron Vanderpool and not much else for Memorial here tonight in the championship round. No secondary scoring to speak of for the Tigers. Terlinski split the defense there and has the finger roll finish. Dylan Terlinski so quick off the dribble. He's got 14 here in the final. Hernandez can't get that one to fall. It's been a tough night at the office for him. 22-point lead for Old Tappan. Brennan in the top of the key. Schrager waving off Terlinski, trying to vacate some space. Terlinski again weaving his way through, going high off the glass and in. Dylan Terlinski starting to get going here in the fourth quarter, just like his teammate Schrager. He's got 6 points in the last couple of possessions. 61-37. And the handoff down low is finished with Sean Isidro's layup. He's got 7. Timeout taken with 3:05 left to go here in the fourth quarter, but it's been all Northern Valley Old Tappan here in this championship final as the Golden Knights 3 minutes away from claiming the championship trophy here at Fort Lee. Full court pressure displayed by Memorial out of the timeout. Schrager and Old Tappan easily break that. A quick trigger on the 3 ball. Does not fall. Josh Sanchez over to Hernandez. Back up top. 3 off the mark. Fight for the loose ball. Terlinski comes away with it. Sedano now getting over to Holloway. Torado on defense. And a timeout going to be taken by Old Tappan with 2:27 left to go here in regulation. 61-39 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We'd like to thank each and every person that joined us for one of the 12 broadcasts throughout the course of this holiday tournament. Over the last couple of days, we'd like to thank you for your support of high school basketball, of all these student athletes from all of the 8 different schools that participated in this 2024 Jack REILLY Holiday Tournament field. North Bergen and Bergenfield started us off on the 7th place game that was won earlier today by North Bergen. 3rd place game was won by Wayne Valley over Passaic. And the 5th place game was an exciting finish. Riverdale rallied from 17 points down in the fourth quarter to outlast Fort Lee by 1. And this is our final here, and it's been all domination for Old Tappan over Memorial. David Brennan set this up. He scored the first 7 points in this game for Old Tappan and has not looked back. 17-point performance for Brennan. Under 2 minutes left to go. Nice drive and dish and a finish inside for Salomon Sanchez. But we'd like to thank all of you for your kind words, for anybody who tuned in and enjoyed our broadcast. It is always an honor to be able to broadcast these games in this tournament. Dimitri Danis does such a great job of getting us set up with all the equipment and helping to produce. Renee Matisich right alongside me, taking care of all the different camera angles throughout the course of these 3 days of tournament action. These are long days, and I'm very grateful to work with some outstanding people to help bring you the sights and sounds on YouTube and doing all these broadcasts throughout the course of the days. I will very happily not call any games in the next couple of days, give myself some time to rest and relax, and Happy New Year to all of you as we enter into 2025. Follow-up shot by Josue Zuin, who's coming to the game for Memorial, number 22, off of the Tiger bench. As the Tigers have emptied their bench and bringing their reserves on here to play the final 90 seconds. First foul shot is good for Zuin. His first point of this final. Martin will be subbed off the floor for Oltapan. Carmine Porcelli onto the floor for the first time for the Golden Knights. And Zuin will hit a pair. 20-point lead, 63-43. Marco Demore is on the floor as well. Drelinsky joined alongside by Jerry Alexander. Drelinsky goes right to the rim. No denial there, as Drelinsky will have 18 points on the night with under a minute left to go. Nice feed inside to Solomon Sanchez, and another timeout taken just for substitution purposes, as Drelinsky is subbed off the floor, as well as David Brennan, to an applause from the large contingent of Oltapan fans who have made the trip here over the course of the last couple of days to enjoy how their team played. They were the best team. The way that they executed, everyone was looking forward to that semifinal showdown with themselves and Wayne Valley based on how dominant each team were on day one. And Oltapan was the better team in that one. That punched their ticket to the final, and after it was a tie game after one, Oltapan showed they were the better team here for the rest of the game. Offensive rebound by Luke Behrens, number 5. Now a three-point look here to the near side by Brian Slater, no good. Rebound underneath by Memorial, as the Tigers will bring it up past midcourt. We'll see if they'll just run a play here or just pull it out and run out the remaining seconds. Oltapan dominated here after the first quarter of play, as that'll be turned over and goes out of bounds. Oltapan will take over, and we'll just have to do the final inbound to get this one done. As the Golden Knights, again, just 0.7 on the clock here. We'll just have one final inbound to make this official. And your 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament champions are the Golden Knights of Northern Valley Oltapan, as they win by a final score of 65-45. They will make it now 4 straight wins on the season as they improve to 4-1 on the year. And Memorial will finish up this tournament 2-1 and have their 3-game win streak snapped, as they will go to 3-3 on the season. Well-played game for so many different players in this contest, especially for Oltapan. You had Isaac Schrager with 21, Dylan Drelinsky with 18, David Brennan with 17, and Memorial was led by the hot shooting of Byron Vanderpool, who had 22 points. So they're about to have the trophy presentations. So the Memorial Tigers being handed the second place championship trophy. They were the champions a season ago.
Would like to congratulate the MVP of this year's holiday tournament to number 25, Dylan Drelinsky of the Oltapan Golden Knights.
So Dylan Drelinsky named the MVP. He had the 20-point performance in the semifinals.
The department would like to congratulate the first place team and winners of the 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament, the Oltapan Golden Knights.
So Drelinsky had 16 points in the first game, 20 in the second, 18 points in the championship game. And pictures being taken now with the championship team, Northern Valley Oltapan, your 2024 Jack Riley Holiday Tournament champions. So that'll do it for our marathon coverage of this year's tournament. Again, special thanks to our producer, Dimitri Nanis, who also serves as the public address announcer here at Fort Lee, and special thanks to Renee Manisic, who operated the camera. I'm Dan Long. Thank you so much for joining us for all of this tournament coverage. Remind you fans that you could join us for all of our Fort Lee home basketball games, boys and girls events, as well as the wrestling season for the continuance of this winter. We'd like to thank all of our proud sponsors for their continued support of these broadcasts, both for the tournaments and for the rest of the school year. So for everybody here from Fort Lee High School, I'm Dan Long saying so long here from East Gym. Have a very happy new year, and we'll see you in 2025. Congratulations to Northern Valley Old Tappan.